I've just got done recording a Mortal Kombat trailer reaction video. Now it's time to do a James Bond game trailer reaction video.
Nice.
I wonder what studio developers or studios or whatever are doing when it comes to certain IP. Aside from the purchasing of the rights and licensing and all that stuff, aside from that, I'm surprised a game or a franchise like Bond hasn't been like topping the charts, like hasn't been rivaling Hitman. Like if you can do Hitman, you can do Bond. Not even Hitman. In fact, put Hitman to the side. What's the other game that I enjoyed 2 and 3? Uncharted.
Woo!
I don't see how a Bond game is hard once you've got background work to use as reference, for example, or for inspiration, like Uncharted. If Naughty Dog even took over the IP and said they were going to do a James Bond game, I'll be down with it. Because those guys have done very, very well with the Uncharted series. Very, very, very well. We're not even talking about the Last of Us series. Those 2 games alone. Then we got Tomb Raider as well. So Bond was like a no-brainer to me, and I was like, I wonder, why is it so hard for a company to do Bond? You've already got Sam Fisher with Tom Clancy's what's his name? Is it Ghost Recon? Not Ghost Recon. Yeah. Tom Clancy's Sam Fisher. Is that his name?
A few moments later.
You already got that franchise, and Ubisoft hasn't even done anything yet. I thought there would be a serious peak in espionage games like this game and Sam Fisher game and Bourne Identity. The fact that a studio even took a shot at that, is that on PS2 or PS3? I think it's PS3. That was a cool game actually. It was fun.
You ain't lying.
The fighting mechanics was fun. The gun mechanics was definitely fun. So when I saw this gameplay reveal, was it last year?
Yes.
I was impressed. I was like, yo, this feels a little bit like the Bourne Identity game, and that was a very, very fun game. I mean, another studio even took a jab at the Wanted game based on the movie as well, and that was intricate.
You ain't lying.
Like I was thinking, how would you curve the bullets? How would you make the character do the bullet curving like in the movie? And it was done very, very well. So you'd think, because those things already exist, a studio would be like, you know what? We didn't have the technology back then to do what we visualized to do in our head. So now that the tech has come to meet us to an extent, let's revisit those games and do a sequel or do a remaster or a remake or something. Dude, I've got 4 games in my mind or 4 franchises that I feel should be kicking ass constantly. Bond is definitely one of them, for sure. The Sam Fisher game, the Wanted game, and even Matrix. And then I said 4, now I'm gonna make it 5, and then Bourne Identity. Those games should have been just eating the atmosphere non-stop.
That's what I'm talking about.
When you're stuck with a game like Hitman, that's how I feel. I feel Hitman is just one of those games where it's like, yo, there's nothing else. So it's if you want to get your kicks from espionage and taking cover, and I mean, you can either do that or you do MGS. And not everyone is a fan of MGS because it comes with backstory. Whereas Hitman, you can just pick up the game that they released currently. They might do a previously on or a flashback, but you don't feel like you're left out from the grand scheme of things. You're put in the driver's seat as you are now, and you're not made to feel guilty for not playing the previous games or doing your due diligence to research stuff online to learn about the backstory. It just lets you feel like, okay, you're the assassin, have fun how you take out your targets. But it's very precise, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whereas some of us love a game like this, I'm just surprised that these guys have not been eating the atmosphere with franchises or games like this, especially after Uncharted, Tomb Raider, and The Last of Us. With the character animations of those guys, dude. Because there's something that rubbed me off the wrong way. Damn. Something that irked me about Bond characters. Movement. There's something off. I was like, dude, do studios have this personal, even though all these other games exist, we won't use neither of them as reference.
What do you mean by that?
We don't want anyone saying, oh, their game feels like this and that. They want to be so unique, so that way you praise us only for how we've done. Dude, when other games exist and they've done well, there's nothing wrong with being inspired by those games. Like, for example, I saw a post today. I was going to talk about it in a different video, but I guess I'll just add it to this video, where there's a developer currently working on a potential Turtles game with the camera with the character model and camera work like the current God of War game. And I was like, were we supposed to what, lose our nut sacks over that shit?
But why?
Bust all kind of cosmic nuts. Nobody gives. Dude, make the fucking game, man.
That's right.
All this talk of the planning to is boring. What's going on between the times? Like, maybe other focuses are on other games, yes, but I'm just surprised. Man, it really hurts sometimes because I know I'm not the only one who feels like this or who thinks like this. I'm not the only one, because we will sit down and think, you know what would be good right now? If we could have made the game of this thing. If we could have made the game of this thing. All this Unreal Engine and a Space Engine and Alien Engine. Yappa, 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 yappa. I keep hearing Unreal, and this noise of AI. After all you people have done talking. Show and tell, bitches.
That boy is good.
Show and tell. Otherwise, it's just make believe.
That's right.
This is the most recent Bond game since when? I thought since Daniel Craig came on the scene, we would have at least 2 to 3 Bond games roughly. Not rushed, but done properly. Done properly. I was so looking forward to be like, yeah, now that this guy, Craig, is, you know, taking over Brosnan, right? And people seem to like him. Especially Casino Royale. That movie spiked, just like took him up right there. I was like, yeah, this is Bond for me. The other Bonds, yeah, I loved them, but Craig said we're doing a reset. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for it. So I was patiently waiting for a game using Craig's character model. One came, but it didn't feel like how Bond should move. Bond should be like a freaking assassin, skills, gadgets and tools, and deep progression system. A very, very deep progression system. Let him go in rogue, let him go in, you know, with limited tools, upgrade your, oh man, the challenges that have been available for him. Bond is a very unique character. You can have a lot of fun. He's like, he feels like Batman to me, but you can maneuver him around a particular way, so that way the player who's playing as Bond feels like they're Bond. You got to think your way out of a situation. Do I use a sleeping dart? And then you have limited ammo. That's the game I was going to mention earlier on. Splinter Cell. No, not Splinter Cell. Oh my gosh, not Splinter Cell. I mean, that's what the Sam Fisher game is called, but I meant something else. Siphon Filter. That game that was on the PS1. Good heavens, that game was tough, challenging, but very, very rewarding. Very, very rewarding. You're having to be patient and then know when to take your target out, and because you have limited tools and whatnot. Oof. Like the best Bond game I've played aside from the GoldenEye games, and I don't like first-person shooter. That's the only game I remember playing as a first-person shooter that I really enjoyed. Aside from that one, the best Bond game that I played is the Give Me Everything or Nothing, and that's where they use Pierce Brosnan's character model. I don't know if they use his voice. So I think they did. That was a fun game. Never finished it though, because there were some hard levels, like the level where you had to get Bond was on the bridge with a motorcycle. The motorcycle moves so fast, it was very hard to control. But that game had serious potential. All you have to do is look at it and go, okay, what didn't work in this game, so we can beef it up a little bit or tweak it or remove it when we're making our own game. Just look back on what worked, what didn't work, and do your own thing. I want to play this game. I'm looking forward to playing this game, but just there's a few things that make me worry a little bit with the character animation. But let's proceed with the trailer reaction. .007 First Light. Upside down?
This is fast.
Even the character model, they have him as well. It's interesting. Oh, okay.
I am sometimes asked, Bafma, how is it that you hear every whisper in every corner of Aleph? And I answer,
That's supposed to be Lenny
I
Kravitz?
built Aleph with my will, my blood, myself. This city is an extension of my being, my body.
My soul.
Today,
Oh, no.
it became infected. And as we all know, if an infection is left untreated, the body can become rotten. sickened, and died. That infection? Greed. In Bakar Ali, once so loyal, greed grew unchecked, becoming a cancer. A cancer that threatened to weaken Aleph, endangering all of us, everything we built. However, cancer, if caught early, can be cured. Or in our case, cut out and served on a platter.
Damn.
Easy, girls. Plenty of meat for everyone.
Girls. Of course.
Our old friend was just the appetite. Did you really believe you could come here and poison Aleph's well of trust? I think not. Now, you die.
Like his jacket. That's it? So how, I mean, even the way he was moving, there's a sluggishness to their character movement, like this weird blur. It's not snappy and smooth. It's just, I don't know, it feels like almost like it's low-key stop motion-ish. Feeling like it's PS3 character model animation, not even PS4. Like I said, I'm going to play the game when it comes out. But I'm just a little worried, man. He looks good, man. It doesn't look like this in the CGI. This is. I'm surprised he's playing the bad guy. Is this the first time he's played the bad guy in his whole career, or not?
That's a good question.
For those of you who know, let me know in the comments. This looks pretty cool.
That's right.
Looks cool. Looking forward to it because I haven't played a good espionage game in a long time, and I don't mind Hitman, but that's not my main, you know. I don't get excited to play that game. It just be sat there on my my system. I'm like, you know what? I feel like sneaking around for a little bit. Let me just put on Hitman. Whereas this one, I want to feel like Bond. I want to, you know, be able to use different gadgets and tools and take cover and smoke grenade here and turn off the light here and take someone out. You know, swap over their clothes, hide somebody in the closet or in a little box and keep him there permanently or whatever. Just, you know, find different ways to take down your targets. And then you want to feel like Bond can, you know, throw combos as well. Gun work or gunfight, so yeah, gunfight should be done well, but also the transition from gun to melee combat, both need to be seamless. And I really wish they did a remaster for the Bond Identity game. That was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And the more you did combos, the more you build up a meter to do finishes. That was a very rewarding experience. I looked forward to just do 1-2, 1-1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 3, and then do a finisher. Always. You even had not only did you have melee finishes, you had weapon finishes as well. Woo! But yeah, that's a game I would love to see some studio do properly. Because you guys, I mean, Naughty Dog dominated the scene for a while with Uncharted 2, 3, and 4. You can't let that company be the only company that does, you know, that does that. GTA as well. People just seem to leave a company to do a thing. I just feel a company should be like, you know what, we love this franchise, we love this idea of a thing. Let's jump on board and do the thing. I don't want to sit down and wait for only Naughty Dog or Rockstar or Rocksteady or whatever they're called before I can enjoy a particular game or type of game. So I'm glad this is on the scene, but I hope it plays a lot better than the Hitman franchise, because even that too, again, that feels like 50% for me. It's not 100, it's not 80, it's not 70. It's just like, man, I'm just playing that. Whereas MGS is a little different. That has its own difficulty setting and its own requirements from the player. And that too has a bigger world. You know, you'll be teased or you'll be advised not to even jump into that game if you haven't done some flashback recap on YouTube. Or I remember a friend of mine asked me one time when I was planning to play MGS4. He was like, "Have you played the previous ones on PS1 and PS2?" I was like, "Why would I want? No, I don't feel like doing that." There was no. I was like, "Dude, I just watched it on YouTube." It's like, "No, you have to go through the experience." I have to go through the experience? You can kiss my ass on that. If a game requires me to do extra homework by buying your old games, nah. I want to be able to jump in as is now. And if you can offer me a recap in your game, for sure. If not, I'll go on YouTube and Google and watch visual stuff or watch people who are so in love with the franchise. I know they're doing an exquisite job in giving you a backstory for the character. Then you can feel like you know enough. You're not fully connected to the characters because you didn't play the old games to connect, but at least you can enjoy the game. That's why I don't always jump on board when a new MGS game comes out. I'm like, I don't know what kind of backstory I'm missing out on. But as long as the game plays well, I take cover, I do my takedowns, close quarters, is it CQC? I'm gravy with that. I'm gravy with that. Anyway, let me know if you guys are looking forward to this game in the comments. What other espionage games are you looking forward to? Who still plays Hitman? Is that game still popular? Are people still playing that game? Is there an online mode? Imagine playing a duo, a co-op assassin game, but much better than Hitman and more demanding. If you fail on your target, you have a swarm on your ass. You either have to reset or I don't know. I feel there's room for that. Kind of like Army of Two.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a fun game, man.
That's right.
That was a fun game. Anyway, peeps, that's me done. Let me know if you're looking forward to this game, if you're going to buy it on release. What console are you playing it on? Xbox, PC, or PlayStation, or Steam?
That's a good question.
I've of course been your one and only multi-potentialite, neurodivergent host.
Cosmic Jedi signing out.